Hi, today I want to share with you two totally different Christmas tablescape setting ideas. I'm Nicole with Adorn the Table, and I had this concept to go to Target, see what I could find that I could use in a Christmas table setting. However, when I went, they had so much cute stuff that I actually came up with two totally different concepts. So the first tablescape setting I'm going to share with you is one that's a traditional red and green one. And then the second one is a completely different type of tablescape. It's a take on a modern, simplistic tablescape. And when I'm done, I would love for you to share in the comments below as to which one you prefer. To start the traditional red and green tablescape, I am using this really pretty tablecloth from Hearth and Hand. I absolutely love the plaid with the soft reds and greens. It's not bright and vibrant, but it's going to be the perfect foundation for this tablescape. I am now actually going to build the place settings first, and then I'm going to do the centerpiece because I want to make sure that that centerpiece isn't going to infringe on the space for the place settings. That's why I'm setting them out first. Now, everything I am using on this table is from Target. In fact, the only thing that is not will be the glasses and the flatware. Otherwise, everything else is from Target. So I'm going to start with plates from Hearth and Hand. I've had them for a little while, but I'm sure you can still get them, and I'll make sure I've got links to everything down below, but I absolutely love these plates. They just have such a really neat rustic quality to them, and the irregular shape is really going to be perfect with this traditional Christmas table setting. And then next I'm going to add these little salad plates that I found. They're from Hearth and Hand. They come as a set of two. And the one thing you need to realize if you decide you want to get these is there's two different patterns, because they actually come with this top pattern on top, and you don't realize that the second one is a totally different pattern. But I just love that it's a little unique that way, and that you have some inconsistency on your table setting. So I'm just going to put one a little off center on each of my plates, and I kind of like that juxtaposition with the irregularity of the shape of the plates. And next I'm going to just put out the flatware. I've got my gold flatware. Like as I said, this is just one of the two things on this table that is not from Target. Next, I want to set out my glasses. And I found these really pretty antique red goblets on Facebook Marketplace, but I think they're going to look perfect on this holiday table setting. And I'm just putting them right above the knife, just kind of to the left of the knife and above the plate. And here's a close-up of this goblet. I just love these like places to put your thumb and finger. And then next I'm going to set out my napkins, and you put them to the left of the fork, and I'm going to show you a close-up of what I did in just a moment. Okay, and so on these napkins, I just went and folded them as a square. And then I went, and because of this really cute stitching on the edges of the napkin, I wanted to make sure that that was visible. I then took and brought the two corners in to meet each other. So it created this really nice diamond look up on top with the point. And then I flipped it over and I took these really pretty like wreath napkin rings, but both of these are actually from Hearth in Hand, and I just slipped that wreath right over the top of the napkin. I didn't pull it all the way down because I didn't really want the napkin to get all bunched up in the middle here. So it's just very simple, but it adds this greenery element to it and definitely makes it feel very festive. Now that I have my place settings in place, I'm actually going to start working on the centerpiece. And what I'm going to use kind of as the base of my centerpiece is this garland I found. It's from Hearth in Hand. I will give you a close-up of it, but what I love about it is it looks so real. The branches have a very realistic look, and then there's some pine cones on it as well. And I actually just took it, and instead of it being long, I kind of created a figure 8 with it. And you'll see why as I actually continue working on this centerpiece. So I'm just going to take and put this right in the middle of my table. And you can kind of see that this is the reason why I did the place settings first, because I didn't want this centerpiece to get in the way of my place settings. All right, and then just kind of fluff out the branches as you want right now so they don't get in the way of anything. Next, I'm going to add stuff into the middle of my centerpiece. And what I decided I would do in this case is I'm going to use these gold deer that I found, these reindeer. I had thought about using the trees behind me, but I felt that the color of them didn't quite work with the red and the green that I've got going on in this holiday tablescape. So I'm going to take this standing reindeer and I'm going to put it right in the middle of my garland. And then I'm going to take the two sitting ones and put them right on either side of him. Now I want to kind of fill this in a little bit, adding some more of that red and green to my centerpiece. And what I chose to use were these red and green glass Christmas trees, and I found these actually in the dollar spot section of Target. And the neat thing is that they actually both light up, so if you're having people over in the evening, you can turn them on, and they're a great kind of source of candlelight. Not really candles, but they have a really pretty glow about them. I'm just going to kind of play with these and put them in different areas, see what I think looks best. And if I didn't show you, they actually come in two different sizes. So there's some small ones and some medium-sized ones. I actually kind of wish that they had big ones because I thought that would have been really pretty in the middle of the centerpiece, but it just wasn't an option, and that's okay. You use what you've got available, right? Okay, so there's a few bare spots in this centerpiece right here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of these branches and I'm going to move them around a little bit so they kind of fill in there so it doesn't look quite as bare. And that's one of the neat things with these kind of garlands is you can kind of move stuff around to make it work for you. So I'm really liking the way this is looking, but I feel it needs a little bit more pop of red. And one of the things that Target has right now are these little red berry picks, and I'm just going to put a few of them in along with the garland, and it's going to just kind of help pull out that red color. There, I'm really liking the way this centerpiece is looking. It's not going to get in the way of people talking. It's not going to obstruct their view of each other. It definitely has that festive Christmas feel to it. And it really, of course, has the reds and greens. There's one more thing I want to add to this tablescape that I think is really just going to kind of be the piece de resistance of it. What's really going to kind of make it different and unique. And that is, I'm going to add place cards, or a place card holder that's a little out of the box thinking. What I decided to do is I found these really cute reindeer ornaments. I absolutely love kind of the antique gold look that they have to them. And the best part is that when you take that ribbon out, they stand on their own. And then what I'm going to do is I've created little cards with each guest's name on it, and I'm going to sit the cards right in the antlers like that. Isn't that so cute? I absolutely love this. And the neat thing with these kind of place cards, just find a color that works for you on your tablescape. These, I believe, I cut out at 2 by 3 1/4 size, and then you can write on them whatever color works for you. So I'm going to put one of these at the top left of each of my plates, just above the forks. And I think you'll notice how much it kind of helps pull this whole holiday tablescape together. Check out how cute this reindeer is. Isn't he adorable? What do you think? Don't these place card holders with the place cards just really tie this whole Christmas traditional tablescape together? So I've cleared the table for my red and green Christmas tablescape, and now I want to share with you this really sleek modern one. And what I'm not gonna actually use a tablecloth or runner or placemats, which you usually see me do. That's mostly because of my inherited table. It's got so many scratches and dings that I usually tend to cover it instead of showcase the wood. But a lot of you have fabulous wood tables that you don't want to cover, and this is a perfect Christmas tablescape if that fits your style. And I'm going to start with a garland that I found from Hearth and Hand. It is this gorgeous brass garland, and it's a little different obviously than the garlands that you're used to seeing because it's not using greenery or berries, but instead it's just metallic. So I'm going to put that on the middle of my table. And the neat thing with this garland is it does have some bend to it. So you can definitely kind of give it a little bit of that serpent kind of feel, not a straight line. And it gives it definitely movement to your tablescape. Now in the middle of this holiday tablescape, I'm going to add these gorgeous Christmas trees that I found. And I believe these are from our Target's brand. And I just love this clean line of them. They're white, and then they have kind of like a greenish gold color that's just kind of hinting marbled through it. And I'm going to put these on my table. I'm going to put the big one right in the middle, and then the two on either side of it. Now I'm actually going to set the place settings, and I'm going to start with these trays that I found, and I love this organic shape to them and that brushed gold color. I think it complements the brass of the garland really nice, and I'm going to put one in front of each of my chairs. And then on top of each of one of these trays, I'm going to add a really pretty, delicate salad plate that I found at Target. I'm going to give you a close-up of them, but one of the neat things with each of them is that they have this really soft gold edge, which is going to be picked up by this tray. And by the way, the trays are food safe. I don't know if I would cut on them, but they are definitely food safe trays, so you can put food on the trays themselves. And I'm going to put the plates just on the right side of these trays. Here's a close-up of this salad plate. Look at that really just beautiful edge detail on it. Next, I'm going to add my napkins to this place setting. Now, I did something just a tiny bit different with them that I'm going to give you a close-up of in a moment. But I'm going to take each one, I'm going to put it to the left of my salad plate. I'm going to put it right here on top of the tray. And you'll notice that I'm putting them at an angle just to give some fun visual interest. But what I did with these napkins is I took the napkin and I folded it in thirds. And then from there, I took the two ends and I folded them in to meet the middle. And I rolled one end to the other. And then I took this napkin ring. Isn't that just really sweet napkin ring? I love the brushed gold of it. Again, all of this is from Target, the napkin and the napkin ring. And I just slid that napkin ring over one end of the napkin and I rolled it down into the middle, and then I smoothed it out. And again, just putting it right there on the angle of the tray. And next I want to add some flatware, and in this case I'm really just going to add the forks. I was thinking this is kind of like a luncheon idea, so I'm going to take one fork and I'm going to put it on top of my small plate. I'm going to actually put it at an angle just to give some visual interest to it. Next, I want to put out my glasses, and I had two options. I decided to go with the green goblets that I have, but I also had clear ones that I was considering. I'm going to put the green ones out, but I'll show you a close-up of the clear one too, so maybe that would be an option for you instead. Again, the goblets and the flatware are both mine. Everything else is from Target. And here's a close-up of the clear wine glass I was considering using it. I'll show you what it looks like in this place setting. And then here's a close-up of the green one I decided to use. All right, and then there's one more thing I decided to add to this very modern, sleek Christmas tablescape, and that was I felt it needed some candles. So Target has these marble candle holders, and I just love just the simple lines of them, and I'm going to put one in between each of the trees. And I also had perfect colored candles. Now, Target does not have taper candles, at least mine didn't, so these are my own candles. I just love how that kind of, I feel like it completes this whole table setting. So there it is, my sleek, modern holiday table setting. So which table setting was your favorite? Was it the traditional red and green one, or do you prefer this more sleek, modern one? I'd love to know, so please leave comments down below. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss my next table setting. Have a wonderful time with your friends and family this holiday season. Until next time, bye.